Hello everyone, I am Motsatse. It is such an honor to be performing at the Womandla Women in STEAM Awards. Let's kick this off with Saber Dance. I hope you enjoy.
Let's give Neil another round of applause. That was super stunning. Well done to Neo Motsatse for opening the awards for us. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Molifa Kumona. I'm the editor of GQ South Africa, but today I'm your host for Womandla 2021 Women in STEAM Awards. Let's just give each other a round of applause for making it during COVID-19, a pandemic, and being here. Cool. So just a few house rules as we're about to start our program. Please, may we put all our phones on silent. The bathrooms are to the right when you are facing the lifts. So if you go out this way to the right when you're facing the lifts, the hashtag for today is hashtag Womandla STEAM 21. Hashtag Womandla STEAM 2021. Thank you for those who are joining us physically and those who are joining us virtually. Hello from us from here. And tag us on Twitter, it's Womandla1. On Instagram, it's Womandla. On Facebook, it is Womandla Online. Thank you so much for joining us once again. It's so exciting to be able to celebrate women in STEAM and to talk more about what Womandla is all about, to talk about why it began, why we're here, is the director of Womandla, Sam Gomo. Sam, please come up. Can we have a round of applause for Sam?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, those online and those who are present over here. We're so grateful to have you to come and celebrate and recognize excellence with us. So as you heard from Molifa, my name is Sam Gomo, and I'm the founding director of Womandla Foundation. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the foundation. So we are a non-profit company which seeks to bridge the gender gap by upskilling and training African women so they can further their economic development and make bigger contributions to society. So the general objective of the Womandla Foundation is to celebrate and empower women in Africa and around the globe. The Womandla Foundation collaborates with other organizations such as Mancosa. Today we are here at the Mancosa Cape Town Learning Center. And with these organizations, we promote social innovation, public education, community enrichment, and transformation. We are committed to providing sustainable, relevant programs in all spheres within the technologies, media, skills development, mentorship, and every sector based to empower young girls to live out their destinies. I just want to mention how Mancosa right now has offered 20 African women through the Womandla Foundation a 21st Century Skills bursary right now. So this is an actual implementation of what we're doing in partnering with other organizations. So we operate with three key focus areas, which is entrepreneurship and development, which is mentorship and STEAM, and that is the very reason that we are here today. So entrepreneurship and development is where we encourage involvement in entrepreneurial activity from a young age, and we create opportunities and platforms of engagement with female role models in the field of learning and sharing and driving females towards entrepreneurship. We've done this through our business masterclasses, just as a way to spur on job creation. Our second pillar is mentorship, where we give young learners in Kwalanga Township here in Cape Town, our hand to hold through their educational journey. We form a sisterhood sort of tribe with them as well. And we also basically show them career options. We've run career expos at schools in Langa, and we've done vision boards with them to teach them and to inspire them to dream further and beyond what their current realities are. And then finally, we have STEAM, and that stands for science, technology, engineering, arts in STEM, and mathematics. And within this pillar, and this is our final pillar, and the reason why you're here, we are celebrating women with these awards. This is our second awards ceremony that the Womandla Foundation has had, but we've also hosted coding workshops for beginners, and really profiled dynamic young women in the country in the STEAM industries through the online series called The STEAM Room. So that is everything and more about Womandla Foundation. Our vision, in a nutshell, is to inform, to empower, and equip 100,000 women and girls in the African diaspora by building sustainable communities. Our mission as a non-profit company is to form partnerships with leading organizations and institutions and establish a Womandla bursary, a Womandla scholarship, and Womandla leadership program for young African girl leaders. We aim to foster, facilitate, educate, empower, and equip women and girls and the larger community with vision, with purpose, and to attain the highest degree of excellence in various spheres of education. Yes, for the enablement to eliminate the deprivation of poverty. So our team consists of myself, the founder and director, Rumbi Maishva, which you will see, who is our head of STEAM, Yolanda Maiheng, who is our head of mentorship. You would see her, those who are here will see her, and you might see her a little bit later, and Somila Tuntu, who is our head of development and entrepreneurship. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much for that, Sam. Thank you, thank you. If you heard a bit of noise there, we are live. So if you had a little bit of noise, we're just moving a few things, adding more chairs in. So you know when you're live, you cannot basically predict what's going to happen. But thank you so much for that, Sam. One of the reasons why I absolutely, this is the second time I'm here as an MC and a host is because what I've realized is that STEM is an area where people who are previously disadvantaged and women, women are not really well represented. So I'm really excited to be part of this. In one of our issues, I think July, August for GQ, we profiled 5 women to watch in STEM. So basically, this is something that I'm really, really excited about. Right now, we're going to move on to our keynote address. So before we move on to our keynote address, our keynote speaker is Ms Poppy Khoza, who's the Director of Aviation, Civil Aviation Authority. Before we go into the keynote address, I'm just going to read her bio so that we know why she is who she is and why she's important for us and giving us the keynote address today. Ms Poppy Khoza has 20 years experience in the civil aviation industry and 18 years experience in senior management positions. Ms. Khoza was reappointed for a second 5-year term as Director of Civil Aviation at the SACAA, effective of 1 December 2018. She is the first woman to have occupied this position since the inception of SACAA. She served for 2 years consecutively as the first woman chairperson of the UN agency International Civil Aviation Organization of Aviation on the panel. Prior to becoming the chairperson, she served for 2 years as deputy chairperson. Ms. Khoza is a recipient of many accolades, including in the aviation sector and in the regional, the aviation sector and the Regional Leader Award, Best Executive Officer Awards, Top Business Leader, Public Service Leader of the Year, winner of South Africa's Most Influential Women in Business and Government in the Agency and Regulatory Authorities. She was also recognized internationally for her contribution to aviation safety and security by the Center for Economic Leadership and Development. Recently, she received recognition by the African Civil Aviation Commission for her contribution to the development of civil aviation in Africa. Under her stewardship, she has scooped the best performing institution in transport on 4 occasions, making the SACAA the only entity to have received over this accolade. The entity was also bestowed with the top performing public sector award and was declared a winner in the category of investing in people at the National Business Awards. Under her leadership, the SACAA continues to make strides in improving aviation safety and security in South Africa. Ms. Khoza has championed the transformation of the organization, and it now boasts 50% capable women executives, 50% employees, and 86% of the employees of the organization are people of color. Ms. Khoza was also instrumental in hosting the first ever Global Aviation Gender Summit that was hosted in August 2018 in South Africa in collaboration with ICAO, UNESCO, and UN Women. Ms. Khoza is very passionate about meaningful change and aspires to provide good leadership in the aviation sector. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our keynote speaker.
Dear Program Director, Director for the Womandla Foundation, Ms. Sam Gomo, Head of STEAM, Rumbi Maisva, Head of Mentorship, Yolanda Mahayeng, Head of Entrepreneurship and Development, Somila Kuntu, participants at the today's awards. Allow me first to wish all women a happy Women's Month. I am quite delighted to join you at the Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics Awards, which is called STEM in short, and I am pleased to be part of this conversation. Recognizing excellence is one of the best ways of inspiring other women to take power into their own hands. Program Director, in spite of the stereotyping that women have endured over the years and the culturally internalized discrimination against women in societies, I subscribe and agree with today's theme that careers have no gender. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a well-recorded fact that institutions of learning have come a long way in moving away from the stereotype that certain subjects are more suitable to males than females. The need to reverse stereotyping and to highlight the abilities of women therefore became critical in uprooting the untested beliefs that women's abilities are limited when compared to their male counterparts. To make better sense of the challenges relating to gender equality, empowerment, and equity, in 2018, the South African Civil Aviation Authority hosted the first ever Global Gender Aviation Summit as a joint initiative between the Department of Transport, the South African Civil Aviation Authority, and the International Civil Aviation Organization, and in collaboration with the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO in short, and UN Women. The summit was indeed a resounding success and was attended by over 500 delegates from all over the world, representing ICAO member states, airports, air navigation service providers, airlines, educational institutions, and industry stakeholders, among others. At this summit, we kickstarted the aviation gender dialogue that we have been exploring since. And in discussing the lack of gender equality at the Global Summit, the gathering concurred that the tendency to overlook women should have been addressed long ago. I therefore would like to reiterate what I said then, that the time to chart a new flight path that will bring about genuine gender transformation and equality in aviation is now. Many girls are keen on becoming successful in their careers of choice, and we should not allow untested obstacles to stand in their way. Reviewing the current situation in South Africa regarding gender equity, it is obvious that young women need all the support that they can get. So in spite of the universal access to education for everyone in the country, Statistics South Africa pointed out on 9 August 2021 that educational and employment inequalities still exist. The female unemployment rate has remained higher than that of their male counterparts, and women are lagging behind in terms of socioeconomic opportunities. So according to the unemployment figures from the first quarter of 2021, released by Statistics South Africa, unemployment rates for males and females are 31.4% and 34% respectively. Of these, Black African women are the most vulnerable, with an unemployment rate of 38.3%. Although females account for 31.2% of those occupying managerial occupations, more than 4 in every 10 young females are not in employment, education, or training. What is more disheartening is that the enrollment of females in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics remained lower than that of males throughout the years 2009 to 2018, according to Stats South Africa Education and Gender Report. At the 2021 International Women's Day Global Dialogues of the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO in short, in March 2021, it was pointed out that women in aviation and other sectors have been disproportionately affected by the pandemic's negative impacts. This sentiment has been echoed in reports on gender equality worldwide. When we again consider the field of aviation, the situation looks bleak for girls and women. As if the cards are not stacked enough against female aviators, the transformation of aviation in the country is still at slow pace, as shown by the latest demographics. For example, currently, out of a total of 2,315 airline transport pilots flying aeroplanes, only 65 are Black, 31 are colored, and 42 are Indian. Out of 2,708 aircraft maintenance engineers, only 574 are Black, 68 are colored, and 81 are Indian, while 1,985 are white. When considering the figures representing males versus females, the statistics are also heavily skewed in favor of men, with men being far in the majority of every aviation occupation group except for cabin crew. In terms of aircraft maintenance engineers, there are only 85 women compared to 2,784 men. Therefore, between the lack of transformation and the male domination in the industry, in aviation also, the cards are stacked against women. Program Director, women's lack of participation in technical fields is a global phenomenon. The Global Gender Gap Report of 2021 notes that gender gaps are more likely in sectors that require disruptive technical skills. For example, in cloud computing, women make up 14% of the workforce, in engineering, 20%, and in data and artificial intelligence, 32%. However, in spite of the opposition that they encountered, some women recognized a long time ago that careers have no gender. And we have countless examples of such women in South Africa. For instance, in aviation, some women have become pilots and have held many other technical positions, this against all odds. One such example that comes to mind is that of Yvonne van den Doel, the first woman in South Africa to hold a senior commercial pilot's license. She wrote a book not so long ago, and the book is named From Kitchen to Cockpit. As a woman pilot in South Africa, she overcame the stumbling blocks at a time when women were stereotyped to even greater extent than today, when we were considered as belonging in the kitchen, doing housework, and not entering what was considered to be the domain of men. In her book, she mentions the incredible achievements of women pilots in the 1950s to the 1980s. She is one of the many examples of what women with tenacity and courage can achieve. Women in Science recently wrote about the journey of a rural girl, Nosiseko Mtati, in becoming a scientist. After completing her education in rural Eastern Cape, upon finishing her matric, she enrolled for a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences at the Walter Sisulu University. She later moved to Rhodes University after her honors and obtained 2 Master of Science degrees. In spite of not always being taken seriously because she's both young and female, she has encouraged other girls to be confident and to let their work speak for itself. I must say that all things considered, we are making headway in the global and local commitment to increasing gender parity in aviation, as well as STEM education for girls. At the Global Aviation Gender Summit, which I mentioned earlier, the International Civil Aviation Organization encouraged states to increase the outreach of young girls on STEM. And the following year, at the South African Civil Aviation Authority's 2019 National Aviation Gender Summit, both the Minister of Transport, the Honorable Mr. Fikile Mbalula, and the male captains of the industry signed a pledge to support aviation gender equity. Furthermore, at the Global Aviation Gender Summit, some specific points were raised in addressing STEM studies for girls. Some action points, as discussed at the Global Summit, were: 1, advocate for aviation in global STEM programs and reports, urge governments to support STEM programs related to aviation, urge aviation sector stakeholders to increase promotion of the sector to youth, facilitating access to education by dispelling stereotypes and ensuring equal opportunities for girls and boys, conduct communication campaigns to demystify and create interest in the aviation industry, and make aviation accessible to both young girls and boys. And lastly, put in place measures to attract and retain women in aviation and STEM careers. So besides the continued debate on gender equality at the Aviation Gender Summits, which continued on 24 August 2021, when we hosted our second national summit, the Civil Aviation Authority has been committed in investing in the future of our young girls. One of the Civil Aviation Authority's organizational outcomes has been the implementation of the Aviation Career Awareness Outreach Program to demystify aviation to predominantly previously disadvantaged communities. Over the years, this aviation awareness program included ensuring the Civil Aviation Authority's presence and visibility around the country at selected STEM-related career exhibitions as well. Although these physical outreaches were curtailed by the COVID-19 lockdown regulations, the Civil Aviation Authority embarked on a nationwide community radio campaign to reach out to the youth. Our motto is really to say, there shall be no youths or women left behind. Furthermore, amid the financial constraints caused by the pandemic, the Civil Aviation Authority continued to provide the sponsorship of its bursary scheme to employees and external bursary recipients. Of the 70 external bursary recipients to date, 47% young women have been sponsored. In assisting the youth to gain experience in their chosen careers, we also routinely present opportunities to interns to work at the South African Civil Aviation Authority. Currently, we have 23 interns, of which 57% are female. Even though there are economic constraints due to the pandemic, I would like to encourage students that when sponsorships are difficult to find and financing is a real problem, it always is useful to learn from mentors. Find those women who can support you, women who have walked a mile before you and who are successfully negotiating a career that you would like to venture into, and ask them about the paths they took to get to where they are. You can even do some job shadowing if possible. Not only will this give you some good ideas of what it takes to get to the position of, for an example, a scientist, an engineer, a pilot, and so forth, but it will also give you an overview of what to anticipate in the prospective future career on a daily basis. Always be mindful that mentorship requires that both you and your mentor should be fully committed. Try to establish a goal and a structure for your mentorship journey so that the motivation to do so can be maintained. Ms. Ayoki, founder of the Global Women in Tech, who originally hailed from South Africa, recently wrote that the gender gap in technology is preventing women from playing a meaningful role in shaping the future of society. She points out that, and I quote, business leaders have to show the way because when women rise, we all rise, close quote. I fully agree with her. I fully agree with her sentiment, for we will always rise by lifting others. Today, I would like to encourage all the leaders in STEM fields to continue to rise and to show the way for others. I congratulate the Womandla Award organizers for this event. This is exactly what we need in our goal for gender equity. to put the spotlight on girls' involvement in STEAM and to encourage others to support this cause. Identifying excellence and celebrating it is a testimony of your selflessness and your dedication to encourage others to excel in their journey. As a way of finally encouraging you, I want to leave you with a few quotes by Maya Angelou. The first quote reads, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style," close quote. Another quote reads, "If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be," close quote. Lastly, she says, and I quote, "But still like dust, I will rise," close quote. So let's stand and be counted as women. We are much stronger than we think. And the only time you will ever realize how strong you are is when strong is the only option you have. God bless you all and have an awesome event. I thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, what can you say after that? That was totally, totally inspirational. And I always say that you can't be what you don't see. And I think seeing people like Ms Poppy Khoza and some of the women we have nominated today and some of the winners as well is a beacon of light to a young girl somewhere out there who's looking through and wants to follow into those footsteps. Without further ado, I'd like to invite onto the podium the head of STEM for Womandla Foundation, Rumbi Maisha, who's going to tell us more about what the awards are all about. And she's also going to help me hand out a few awards. Rumbi, please come on.
Hello. So STEAM is one of Womandla's pillars, like Sam mentioned. We started off as STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And earlier last year, we added the arts. Arts in STEAM, actually it started as Arts in STEM, which is now STEAM, is a global movement that started in America and is making itself around the world. Traditionally, we've always thought of people as either scientific or artistic, but never both. But you come to realize that in STEAM fields, we actually use creativity. And it is in the design of even your favorite website or the games that are in your applications. It is an expression of creativity within the STEAM roles. I always like to refer to an example of Leah Hayes, an amazing woman in STEM who has created fashionable wearable technology which is used to detect for medical conditions. This includes, say, diabetic and depression conditions. So what happens is with these wearable technologies that she has created, what they do is they actually detect, say, depression and actually contact the next of kin. So it is not just a fashionable, very high-end fashion, but it is more about functionality and it goes into the scientific aspects. So we are here today to celebrate women breaking the gender divide in STEAM. Some of these women we celebrate here have had to overcome imposter syndrome, underrepresentation, and perpetuated stereotypes. Being a woman in STEM myself, I understand what it means to have to fight for your place. And yes, it is a fight. It is an internal fight of whether you belong and why you're being treated differently. When we come together for events like these, we celebrate women in STEAM, and we sow seeds into the minds of young girls that it is possible. Girl child, it is possible, it is reachable, and thus creating hope. If we want to address the skills shortage in STEM, we need to start molding the mindsets of the girls at a young age. According to the statistics released by the World Economic Forum this year, closing the global gender gap has increased by a generation from 99 years to 135 years, a whole 36 years. And I will just let that sink in. We have increased closing the global gender gap by 36 years. And the tagline to that says, another generation of women will have to wait for gender parity. The statistics for the Global Gender Gap Report for 2021 are shocking. Global gender is a real problem, one that everyone has to play their part in. We all have done maths in school. When you are studying for an exam and you decide to only study for the 50%, you have drastically reduced your chances of passing that exam, because what happens is in that 50% that you've actually studied, you're not always going to remember everything. And what happens if your lecturer doesn't bring the 50% that you've actually studied for? So why then do we want to start at 50% of the population when we want to succeed at addressing the steep gender skills shortage? This is why at Womandla, we've a dedicated STEAM department, continuously striving to find ways to educate, equip, and encourage young girls and women who would like to pursue these careers in STEAM. And that is why I stand here today with so much excitement for the Womandla Women in STEAM Awards. These awards highlight women who are challenging the status quo. Thank you to the women who are doing this. And I would like to also quote Maya Angelou in saying, each time a woman stands for herself without knowing it, possibly without claiming it, she stands up for all women. As you leave here today, I would like you to be challenged by this. If we as the world would like to succeed at anything affecting our entire population, we need to be inclusive. We need to rid ourselves of stereotypes and biases and get equal representation. And to that effect, it is important we address the underrepresentation of women, which is at the root of the STEAM skills shortage, which is affecting our economies at a global scale. Thank you.
Thank you, Rumbi. Thank you. All right, no, I just wanted to ask you a question, Rumbi. Yes. What made you decide to get into STEM? Oh. What was that one? As you were speaking, I was like, you're so passionate. What was that thing? What is that thread that told you, I want to get into this?
So I wish there was an amazing story for this, but in all frankness, I always thought I would be an accountant, and for me, getting into STEAM was because of my parents, actually. My mother believed in my ability to do computer science so much that I went to university and I did a degree that I believed was her degree to start off with. So I said I will do what I have to do so that I can do what I want to do. That was my motto to survive my undergrad. But whilst doing it, I discovered a passion for computer science that I never thought I had. And in doing that, found myself working in computer science. So that's how I got in.
Cool. Thank you. So I'd like Rumbi to stay there, okay, so that we can get onto the exciting part, the reason why we're here, the awards. Rumbi, can you take us through the science category? What's that category all about? Head of STEAM.
Okay, so the Women in Science Award aims to recognize a woman who is making exceptional, someone who's showing exceptional promise in the science field, who has made contributions in the field of science and strives to achieve success and results within the science field. So, Malife,
yes,
our nominations for this are?
Yes, our first nominee is Nosibusiso Gumede, who is a scientist who hails from KwaZulu-Natal. She's an accomplished professional in the field of biotechnology, where she acquired 15 years experience in leadership, innovation, research, development, as well as commercialization of science-based products and processes. That's our first nominee. Our second nominee is Nonhlanhla Sithole. Nonhlanhla is the co-founder of Africa's first digital platform for women's health and wellness services, Zoe Health. Launched in August 2021, Zoe began from a passion for science, women's health, and a desire to solve the unique issues experienced by women in seeking health and wellness services. That's our nominee number 2. Nominee number 3 is Dr. Tozama Siotula, a specialist pediatric surgeon and completing her master's at the University of Cape Town. She is a recipient of the Mail and Guardian 200 Young South Africans of 2020. She is the president of the South African Pediatric Surgical Trainees Association 2019 to 2020, and is also an executive member of the African Society of Surgeons in Training, and this was in 2017. And our fourth nominee, Dr. Shatil Kasim. She is a medical doctor and a clinical researcher specializing in public health and health systems. She is a senior investigator on multinational research studies and is now a site leader at Scrutiskeur Clinical Research Site. Her key interests are vaccine access, implementation, health system strengthening, and adolescent children to have access to HIV treatment and prevention. Our fifth nominee is Karishma Singh, the Managing Director of B. Brown Avitam South Africa, which is a multinational dialysis business, with her life's mantra being everything in life is a learning experience. Karishma has climbed the corporate ladder, starting her corporate career as a sales representative, and now she's successfully manages one of the largest dialysis product and provider businesses in South Africa. And our final nominee is Dr. Kirona Hans Raj. I hope I pronounced that properly, Doctor, who is a GP in Parlock in the Durban area and runs a 7-day practice which serves the greater community of Durban. She has further studied and added to her practice as she offers other services such as occupational health, travel medicine, diving medical examination. Being female, she also focuses on women's health, both emotionally and physically. She has recently embraced the current COVID-19 pandemic and has a testing center. She's always willing to help anyone she can. Her motto is, trust God, everything happens for a reason. So now, we would like to announce the winner for this category. Can we have a drum roll, please? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. You see, we come prepared. And the winner for this category is Dr. Shatil Kasim.
I got it.
You see, here's my sanitizer, just to sanitize you if you want to take off your mask so we can hear you.
Okay. Can you hold?
No, that's fine. I'll hold it for you.
Wow.
Congrats, doctor.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I just need to get my speech on my phone. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for this. I really wasn't expecting this. In fact, I wasn't even expecting a nomination. But then I said to myself, oh, let me not prepare anything. Let me not prepare a speech. I'm surrounded by so many impactful women in science. But then actually I thought, wait, Sheetal, you should expect this. You know, we as women in STEM should expect this. We should show young women and girls that we should be expecting spaces like this for us to shine and for us to show people what we can do. Spaces where we can be recognized for our achievements and our perseverance in a male-dominated field. And so, yeah, I really thank you, Womandla. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for this opportunity and this platform for us to showcase what we can do and who we are. I also want to recognize that I'm here because of the strong women before me. So because of my mother, my grandmothers, a large part of who I am stems from the resilience and courage I see in them and that I saw in them growing up.
this journey of trying to make a space for yourself and to have a voice and an impact in this field hasn't been walked alone, and it hasn't been an easy one. I have an incredibly supportive husband who has never been afraid to push me to step into my own and to shine. And I think that's really important, that we have men like that who will allow us the space to shine. And I'm surrounded by strong women and an army of friends and family that have always supported my journey, and as difficult as it may be, and have always encouraged me to step into my own and to step into my space and to recognize my worth. I am a woman in science. This is so important to share, I think, because we need young women and girls. We need the girls in this room to understand that there is a space for you. Here is the space for you. This is our space. We need to take it up. Let's continue to take it up, and let's continue to rise. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you. Another round of applause for Dr. Sheetal. Another round of applause. And for those joining us from home, we hope you're still warm. If you're having your coffee, having water, whatever you're having, we are so excited that you are with us. Rumbi, over to you for the category that is technology.
That was amazing. So good. So the Women in Technology Award recognizes a female candidate who has shown exceptional promise in the field of technology, who has made contributions in that field and strives to achieve success and results. Molife, our nominations are?
Yes. So our nominations for the Women in Technology. The first one, I hope I pronounced this name correctly, is Mushfika Samodian, who is the business director of Aspire Solutions, a keynote speaker, wife and mother of 3 dynamic daughters. She is the most recent winner of the Standard Bank Top Women in Tech Awards 2020. She is passionate about empowering and educating others. In doing so, creating a meaningful and lasting impact through her business and her community. Our next nominee is Zandile Mkwanazi. Zandile is the co-founder and CEO of Girl Code, a social enterprise aimed at empowering young girls and women through technology. Zandile completed her honors in computational and applied mathematics from the University of Wits. She believes in creating opportunities that impact both social and economic status for women, as well as progress and development of technology companies. Our next nominee is Nolivuyo Gadu, who is the founder of Code Ngwana, which teaches children from disadvantaged areas how to code. She has also written stories about technology for kids and has published 3 books, including a coding encyclopedia that has been translated into isiXhosa and Setswana. Our next nominee is Mapula Malau, who is the founder of Lady Code, which is a non-profit company providing technology literacy to students in rural areas. She advocates strongly for digital inclusion and providing equal opportunities to all. Her organization has footprint in Alexandra, Soweto, and the Western Cape. So that was our last nominee for this category. Would like to announce the winner. Drum roll, please. And the winner for this category is Noluvuyo Gadu. Congratulations there, Noluvuyo.
Thank you.
You never expected it.
No. ready to switch my video on. It's such an honor. Thank you to the Womandla team, Sam and team for organizing such a great platform that recognizes women. And I didn't prepare a speech because, as the previous winner has also shared, that we often don't expect to be recognized, and we think what we used to the struggle, and it's such opportunities that help us to encourage us in what we do. And being a woman in STEM is a lonely journey at times. It's quite difficult. I thank my kids. There she joins now.
Hello.
For giving me the motivation and the inspiration to get up, and I get up and do some of the work that I do in technology because I want to see a better future for my daughter. I want to see a more inclusive space, and she's my biggest motivation in what I do. And thank you everyone, to all colleagues in the space who have supported me in the journey, to my parents and to everyone. It's really a great honor. I am humbled. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Naluvuyo. And you do deserve it. You do deserve it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much for that. Rumbi, heading over to you as you are telling us more about engineering. Why engineering? Who do we recognize?
Oh, so in engineering, we award the Women in Engineering to a female candidate who has shown exceptional promise within the field of engineering, has made significant contributions within that field, and strives to achieve success and results in the engineering field. Molife will give us who the nominees for the category are.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So our first nominee for this category is Vino Govender, who is the Managing Director of LA Consulting Engineers, a civil and structural engineering firm with its head office in Umhlanga, KZN, and a branch in Port Elizabeth. She is also Director of Certification Services SA, a compliance and auditing company. Our second nominee is Dutri Deda. Dutri is an engineering researcher at the University of Wits. Her research focuses on machine learning and its novel application for water quality. Deda has a BSE and MSc in chemical engineering. And our third nominee is Sifosami Dube. Sifosami is the co-founder of MILSIF Projects, trading as MILSIF Auto World, a mechanical engineering company. As the CEO, Sfiso oversees business development and compliance within the South African legal framework. So those are our three nominees for the category that is engineering. Can we have a drum roll, please, as we are about to announce the winner, who is Sfisosami Dube. So congratulations there to Sfisosami Dube. Unfortunately, Sfisosami could not join us today, but we've got her award here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this award, and I'm just going to keep it in the house. It doesn't have a name, so I can just maybe say it's mine until she comes get it. You know, I did declare. So when she comes through and then Sam is like, she's ready, I did declare. So Sam is going to my house. Alrighty, Rumbi. The next category is arts in STEM, and I did love how you explained it, that it's before, when we had the awards in 2019, this category was not part of the awards, but now you've added on to that. So that's quite exciting. So please take us through what it's all about, and then I will read through the nominees.
So, the Creative Woman in STEAM Award goes to a female candidate who demonstrates an exceptional use of creativity within science, technology, engineering, and mathematics space. Generally, somebody who uses artistic skills together with their scientific skills.
Cool. Thank you so much. And the nominees in this category, I will start off with Margot Adonis. With a Bachelor of Technology in Environmental Management and 8 years working experience in the water sector, Margot is a registered scientific professional with the South African Council of Natural Scientific Professions, has for the past 3 years been working on institutional support for local municipalities and youth development, and empowerment in a professional capacity as a scientific technician at the Department of Water and Sanitation. The next nominee is Kapila Hloko. Yes. Currently based in Cape Town, South Africa, Kapila is a marketer, content creator, flight lay photographer, and has a natural passion for producing content that is authentic and engaging, but above all, tells a story that inspires you. To inspire, to motivate, to educate, I had 3 personal core values, and Kapila creates content aligned with these values, while aiming to tell a story in an engaging way with audiences and brands wanting more. The third nominee in this category is Kiara Ramklas. Kiara founded Marimba Jam in 2012 while attending Wynberg Girls High School. Marimba Jam initially started as an outreach holiday program, which has since grown under the leadership of Kiara to be the #1 youth-owned based business in the Western Cape. Let's just give our nominees a round of applause. Thank you. Drum roll, please. And the winner for this category of Arts and STEM is Margot Adonis.
Thank you. Would you hold on with that?
No, that's fine. And I will sanitize you. There you go. The resident.
I think everybody else has said this already. You don't see it coming, you're sitting there and you're like, it's not me. But first of all, good morning to the Womandla Foundation, Sam, and your team. And just to everybody here that's joining us online today, you know, as a young woman, it is a great honor to stand here today and accept this prestige award. And just to be amongst the many phenomenal women, you know, I've been that person. There's been some Instagram lives taking place this week. And I went through every single person's bio and I'm like, oh my goodness, like just to stand alongside these women must be one of the greatest accomplishments for a young woman in the STEM field. I mentioned this earlier also, you know, for us women to be in a space that was created by men for men to benefit men. And now we have just shattered those glass ceilings and we have taken up spaces and we've demanded those spaces, not just for ourselves, but for the many, many that's going to follow us. And as a young woman of color, I am blessed to be in a position where I can go out in what I love. I'm a scientist by trade, but my heart and my passion lies in the community. And being able to go into the communities and show these kids something simple like a scientific experiment completely blows their mind, and I walk away completely impacted by these kids. So once again, it's a great honor to receive this award and then just to stand alongside all of you. And I live by a quote by Dr. King that says, when you unconsciously start shining your own light, you give others permission to do the same. And when you liberate yourself, you automatically allow others to be liberated as well. Thank you so much. I did it.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Margot. Yes. So our next category is mathematics. Maths, guys, I did not love maths. I did not love maths. I was kind of okay at it. But if we had to go back and really go back to maths now, I'll just be like, yeah, it must be. But I'm sure you love maths.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. You see, there you go.
So the Women in Maths Award recognizes a woman who has shown exceptional promise within the field of mathematics, has made contributions within that field, and strives for success and results. It's actually quite important to note that this is the category that we normally get the least amount of nominations in, because it's just a category that's like, it's a field that's completely overlooked, and mostly from the female perspective. So it's quite interesting.
Wow, actually, I remember when I saw the nominees, I was like, but ow, Candy, there's only 2 nominees. Like, what's happening? So I think having awards like this is and showing women who are doing it is showing other young women to say, you know what, there is someone taking space, and they're there to also hold your hand. So the nominees for the category of mathematics are Eunice Gogo Mpako Banda, who is a mathematician and a professor of mathematics at the University of Wits. She has worked and published in matrix theology, low dimension topology, note theory, and graph theory. She's a member of AMU, SAMSA, SAWISE, SMWA, and the current liaison officer for SAMS. Okay. I will be Googling to find out what some of those organizations are. Some I do know, some I don't. So that's our first nominee. The second nominee is Mabato Mokiti. She's a mathematician turned impact entrepreneur who focuses on the design and implementation of CSI strategies in STEM education and the monitoring and evaluation of programs. She has demonstrated history and inexperience, the education and MPO management. She's skilled in operations management, program and project management, business planning, people management, and strategic planning. And the winner for this category is Eunice Mpako Banda. Hello, ma'am. How are you? I think you're muted. There you are. We can hear you now. If ever I want to love maths, I think I should come to you. I really, really think so. Over to you, ma'am.
I really feel humbled and honored to get this award. Thank you very much, the Womandla Foundation, for recognizing our work. And I would like to tell all the women who were nominated in the STEM Awards that you are all winners. And together, we should all remain visible in our industries so that the girls out there can see our flags so high, and they can look at our flags and also aim high. And the most important thing which we should do as women or as winners, we should raise our flags and we should all be visible, very visible in the world, so that no one can underestimate us. We have the ability to do what men can do, and for us who have been nominated and we are winners, we are just a sample of all the women who are out there busy doing raising the flag for women. Thank you very much, and I thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Eunice Mpako Banda. Thank you. Wow. The next category, it is advocacy in STEM. Tell us more.
Yeah, so you'll find that to impact STEM fields, you don't necessarily have to be working in them. And what we've come to realize is there are people who've never studied any STEM-related subjects or any field relating to it, but are actually advocating for STEM within their communities. So the Advocate for Women in STEM, the Community Award, goes to a female candidate who has aided the development of STEM within the community, is actively benefiting the society through the education and contributions to STEM in that community, and gives back and inspires others to motivate them to pursue STEM-related fields.
Cool. Thank you. And our first nominee for the category of advocacy in STEM is it's Isa Adams, who is a businesswoman with over 10 years experience at senior top management level roles in defense, aerospace, engineering, and engineering fields. She's also the founding director of Abakukuli. Yes, Abakukuli, a technology sector for impact nonprofit company that trains youth from marginalized community with 4IR skills to create financial independence. Wow. Yes, we can. Oh. And the next nominee is Kim Palmer, who is the award-winning founder of On the Ball College, and We Train CT, the newly Learn to Boom online training portal, and the On the Ball podcast. Kim is also the chairman of On the Ball Foundation and the founder of a well-known and fast-growing Women in ITC annual conference. Wow. The next nominee is Lesedi Ntuli, who is a corporate communications professional and is completing a master's in philosophy in strategic communication management. Her area of interests are sustainable development goals, universality, gender equality in particular. Apart from her using her planning and advocacy skills to lobby for CWM Children's Project cause, she uses her networks and resources to increase STEM access and interest for children by focusing on what matters most: mentoring, sharing learning materials, and opportunities. And our final nominee is a previous winner, actually a winner from a few minutes ago, with a Bachelor of Technology in Environmental Management, an award from Womandla Women in STEM 2021 in Arts, and 8 years of experience in the water sector. Margot Adonis is a registered scientific professional with the South African Council for Natural Scientific Purposes, and has, for the past 3 years, been working on institutional support of local municipalities, youth development, and empowerment in a professional capacity as a scientific technician at the Department of Water and Sanitation. So those are our nominees for that category. Can we please have a drum roll? This is an exciting one because, hey, it's got 2 winners each one. So, the first winner is Alisa Adams. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. There you go. Did you expect it? The stage is yours. The stage is yours.
Thank you. I'm not going to sing or dance. Let me just take this off.
That is fine.
Get my
Congratulations,
good- Thank you.
congratulations.
Get
I
my
saw your
good-
mom.
Get my good side.
Your mom was super excited. Hi, mom. Ah,
Shame she didn't expect it. Let me just make myself pretty.
yes, yes,
Because,
yes.
you know, it's all about
We are live at home, so people
It's
at
all-
home as well are watching.
No,
we
no.
are live, and you know, live, anything goes.
Yeah, but it's all about the gram, guys.
You know, hey, you're a woman after my own heart. All about the gram.
I think I'm very emotional. I work with kids that have been raped. I work with kids that have bodies in front of their houses, that have to make it through to school every day, you know, and the hardships, the gangsterism, the drugs that these kids go through. I have amazing parents. I grew up on the Cape Flats myself through hardships. And I said, I want to give this opportunity to kids like me that were disadvantaged. They didn't want to have parents. I remembered when we signed up a kid, they said he's 18 years old, but he doesn't have an ID. He's only got a birth certificate. I said, what child has a birth certificate at 18? He was an orphan, the sixth one. Nobody wants him. He was my top student. He's now generating income in pounds and in dollars from not having a thing, not even having matric. So we first took them through ABET. Sorry, guys. So in Womandla, Khoza, and all the sponsors give us the platform to speak for these kids. It sits right here. These amazing women that inspires kids that think they're nothing because their situation is really bad, you know. Their parents are working 16 hours a day and not even a 10 rand electricity in the house. Or they have no parents. They're surrounded by drug lords. The last class that we were at in Elsie's River, we stood at Mark Lottering at the graduation. It is surrounded by drug lords. If you stand outside, you see all of the biggest drug lords. The opposite area is Clark's Estate. Go and Google it. There were heads found that were chopped off. There were gangsterism at its peak. For the women that don't understand this in this room, you are absolutely amazing. And you are the people that give us hope and us a push to do better in communities. So thank you.
Asia, congratulations, congratulations, and thank you for the amazing work you do. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. And our second winner, so amazing that you have your mom here with you. Is that your son? Hey boy, how are you? Hey boy, how are you? What are you watching? What are you doing? And our second winner for the category of advocacy in STEM is Kim Palmer. Kim Palmer. Is Kim here? Oh yeah. Congratulations, Kim. Congratulations to you. Kim, are you online? Are you switching on your video?
Yeah. So you guys can see me?
Sorry, I think our team is trying to find Kim.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great, awesome. My name is Timothy Carr, and I'm Kim Palmer's husband. Thank you so much for the award. I'm accepting it on her behalf. She's unfortunately unable to attend this awesome event due to hosting the Women in ICT conference today. So I'm accepting this award on behalf of an extremely dedicated and hardworking individual. She is dedicated to, being part of the solution to empower women and youth across South Africa. I admire her ambition each morning when she prepares a day and the motivation that she provides to her team and her business partners. So thank you so much to Womandla Foundation and to those who nominated her. It's much appreciated, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Palmer. Thank you, Timothy. So we're moving on to our final category, right? It's our final category, which is Rising Stars, the final category. Rumbi, tell us what that category is all about. Yeah.
So, Womandla realized that for most women in STEAM that are recognized for awards, they would have accumulated years of experience. And it was also important for us to recognize women who are still starting out within the field who might not have accumulated so many years in the field. So the Rising Star Award recognizes a young female candidate who has shown great promise in the fields of science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, has the potential to be a role model in the business or in any sector relating to that, is recognized by others as having the potential to become a future leader within the industry.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I was just thinking, can we just give Margot another round of applause? Being nominated in 2 and winning 1 award for nominated in 2 categories. Congratulations. So for Rising Star Award, our first nominee is Nonkazimulo Ngobo, who is the founder and director of Azania Muse Botanical, which is a hair care manufacturing company. She studied mechanical engineering and aims to create job opportunities and inspire young girls to STEM fields. The second nominee is Andiswa Chibangu. Andiswa is a social entrepreneur and co-founder of Tag Your Delivery, and she believes in inclusion of technology in untapped township and rural businesses for economic development. Our next nominee is Pamela Munemo. Pamela is a 26-year-old sexual reproductive health rights advocate. She studied international women's health and human rights with Stanford University. She is the founder of a community development organization called Center for Socio-Economic Transformation, and its work is focused on advocacy for social change, women empowerment, generation equality, policy change, skills, and leadership development. The next nominee, who was also in another category, is Dutri Deda. Dutri is an engineering researcher at the University of Wits. Her research focuses on machine learning and its novel application to water quality. And our next nominee is Tozama Siotula. Tozama is a specialist pediatric surgeon completing her master's at the University of Cape Town. She's a recipient of the Mail and Guardian 200 Young South Africans for 2020. She was the president of the South African Pediatric Surgical Trainees Association for 2019 and 2020. And she was the executive member of South African Society of Surgeons in Training 2017 to 2018. The final nominee in this category is Tandeka Tongo. Tandeka is a qualified skills development facilitator and a registered member of South African Board for People's Practice. She is also in the process of establishing her own NPO, which is aimed at equipping young people in terms of career choices within the engineering field, as well as giving back to the community. Let's just give our rising stars a round of applause. And the winner for this category is Pamela Munemo. Pamela Munemo. Congratulations. Hello, Pamela. Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. I am so, I don't know what to say. I don't know if this is even real.
It's very real. We can see you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Like every other woman here, I didn't know I was going to get it. Because we have a lot of work to do, and I honestly thought that we haven't started. We have a lot of women to impact. We have a lot of girls that are looking up to us, and really this just comes as an honor and a shock for the most part. And I'm so excited that my work has been getting recognized and is being recognized, and I'm so excited. I really want to thank Womandla for this initiative. It is really going to make me want to do more in our communities and just basically change lives around us. I'm so excited. I'm so honored. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. We work with a lot of like women that have been affected, like that are depressed, really we're raising a depressed nation, and we really want to take them out of the situation and make a change. So I'm really excited. I didn't expect this. I also didn't have a speech. I did not expect this. So I'm really honored, and I really want to thank you for this award, and this is just the beginning of greater things to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Pamela,
Thank
congratulations. Congratulations. Let's just give all our winners a round of applause. Congratulations. And once again, representation matters. You can't be what you don't see. So I think to everyone who is watching from home, everyone who's here, and everyone who will read about this, everyone who will see more about these awards after today, it really is the strong message that representation matters, and also the fact that Rumbi was talking about how we've managed to move a gap in terms of women in STEM. So congratulations to all the winners. Right now, I would like to call upon to the podium Yolanda Maheng. Please help me pronounce it, Yolanda, who is the head of mentorship at Womandla.
Yolanda Mahayeng.
Mahayeng.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Cool.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to greet everyone online and who is present here. I'm so excited. And I was actually literally crying, I was just wiping my tears, honoring women, celebrating each other, lifting each other up to say that you are doing so good. These women have been doing great in the community. Others have been making difference, in South Africa, and others even beyond the country. So thank you so much for what you're doing. You're doing so well, and well done, and keep it up. My name is Yolanda Mahayeng. Yes, married to Etswana, handsome man. Yes. Yes. And I am the head of mentorship. As Asiya was talking, I was literally like feeling what you're saying, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're bridging between the parents and the kids, and between the teachers and the kids, because we feel like these kids, they are not heard. They are not heard. They're seeking for attention. They're seeking for someone who can say that I'm listening to you, I can hear you, I'm here for you, just talk. And that's why Womandla Foundation, we decided, we need to be that bridge to make sure that we are grooming young leaders that can be in this room one day, celebrating them as young leaders doing things in the world. I'm that person who makes sure that we have a team actually. Mentorship, Womandla Mentorship. We have a team. What we do is we mentor. We have adopted a school in Langa. It's Isilimela High School. We have adopted young girls. What we do is we sit down with them. We mentor them personally in their personal lives, and also we support them in their education, of which Rumbi is the one that helped them with teaching them how to code, and also brought people that can show about robotics, and they just to tell them that, you know, science, technology, you shouldn't be scared of that. You shouldn't be scared of mathematics. Actually, I also did science. I also did science, and I'm doing analytical chemistry, working in the lab. So we motivate them to know that science is not difficult. It's not like it's a rocket science that you can't get it. We have brains, and we believe that each and every child have a brain. There is no child that doesn't have a brain, and all of them, they have talents, because we believe that these young kids, they've been through a lot, to a point that they believe that they are nothing because of the environment that they're in, because of the things that they see in their community. So they think that they are also nothing. They don't have anything that they can bring to the community. And that's why we decided that, you know what, let us just affirm them. Let's just talk to them. Let's listen to them. Let's drive them to see what is it that they have. What is it that they're good at? To a point of getting to, for them to know what are they good at. Because sometimes they don't know which subject is good, and sometimes they think mathematics is very difficult. But if you put your heart into it, and you know that, you know what, I will do it, then they can do it. So we've been supporting them personally in their education, and also something that is being a problem in most of the disadvantaged schools is the sanitary towels. And we thought, you know what, this is something that we cannot allow any child not to go to school because they do not have a sanitary towel. I mean, it's something that comes naturally. It's something that you can have no control over. They didn't ask for it. It comes naturally. So we don't understand why it should be expensive. We don't understand why it's so difficult for government or whoever that can just say that, you know what, the girls can get the sanitary towels for free. So we have people that have been supporting us in donating these sanitary towels, and we thank you so much for everyone who helped us in collecting and donating the sanitary towels, and even the people that even gave us money so that we can go and buy more sanitary towels and bring to the school. And as you can also see, part of the things that we've been getting, it's the sanitary towels. And we have a company, a foundation here in the room that has supported us and thought, you know what, Womandla Foundation, you're gonna be our beneficiary. We will support you and donate sanitary towels. We will have an app that anyone can come and donate and donate. And I'll just please welcome the founder of Fem Connect, Asonele Kotu. It's your turn. Shine, girl, shine. It's your moment.
I'm surrounded by greatness. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Asonele Kotu. I'm the founder of an organization called Fem Connect. And what we do is we provide technology solutions in order to be able to help girls get easier access to sanitary pads, to request for help for sanitary pads, for people to donate, and for people to be able to get access to family planning services and women's health support in general. And what we want to do, and what we started off as doing, is we wanted to educate people about there are means and ways of creating easier access using technology for women to be able to take care of their bodies. And part of one of our causes that are very close to the heart is the Period Poverty Campaign. And we met with Sam about a year ago, and she told me about Womandla, and we just clicked. And I was like, okay, I really like what this organization is doing in terms of empowering women in various spaces, looking at science, technology, engineering. Those are areas where there are limited women. And I really like the work that women are being recognized and appreciated. And listening to some of the stories and some of the women speaking, it is so amazing to see the generation of women that is upcoming. There is a strong movement of women who are trailblazers, groundbreakers, impact makers, making a change in various areas. When Asia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, when you spoke, I could feel that the work that you do comes from the bottom of your heart. And so with many other ladies that are doing various things in the areas that they do. So what we did in the beginning of August, we partnered up with Womandla and the V&A Waterfront. And what we said is that we wanted to raise 1,000 sanitary pads in 3 months. And with the Womandla team, we have been at the waterfront every single weekend. Where on Friday to Sunday, we would tell people, come drop off sanitary pads. You can do it online. Go onto our website, go onto our app and everything, and we're pushing it online as well. Within the last 3 weeks, we've actually done exceptionally well, I think. We've managed to raise over 500 sanitary pads, which will be for the Womandla Foundation. And we will still continue because our target is 1,000 girls. And we are halfway in the mark, so the journey goes on, and we will still work with Womandla. We'll continue doing these kind of campaigns in various areas, and we hope that the girls who will receive some of these sanitary pads will be supported again and again, because we don't want it to be a once-off thing. So thank you, Womandla. Thank you to the entire team. Thank you, Yolanda, everybody. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting us and just making sure that we're pushing it together. So over to you.
Thank you so much.
And we made international news, yes. We were on Africa Live News because of this campaign. So we will definitely keep pushing it hard. And yeah, I'm a hugger, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. We're just going to have a closing performance. So we're going to have a closing performance, then we have a thank you from our head of entrepreneurship and development. But I'm thinking maybe let's do the thank you, then the closing performance. Yes, is our head of entrepreneurship and development, Somila, available for us? On screen, Somila, are you here? We do
yes.
hope. Oh yes, cool, cool. Welcome, welcome. Are we seeing your face today?
I can't see my face.
No, we can't. Not yet. Not yet. We can't see it. There you are. We see you. We see you. Cool, cool.
Okay, so to all our honorable and valued guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of Womandla Foundation and the entire supporting organizations, the Womandla team at large and subcommittees, the crew, and the special guests in the audience, I would like to extend a word of gratitude to all speakers for gracing your important work and your willingness to impart to the women of the future. A special thank you to the South African Aviation Authority, Menkosa, FemConnect, and Neo Motsatse for sharing her talent with us. Congratulations to all the nominees and the winners, and keep up the good work, ladies.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Somila. Thank you, Somila. So for our closing performance, we would like to welcome again Neo Motsatse, who is going to do a performance for us. But before we go on to Neo, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. It's been every time I attend or Womandla anything, I just leave quite inspired. Yeah, one of those things where it's it's not noise. It's not like a Twitter vibe. You know, Twitter is very noisy. It's not that. It's August. The word August. Well, what August actually means. So, thank you so much for joining us virtually. Thank you so much for joining us in person. Thank you for your continued support of Womandla,